Welcome to option number 9. We'll be concentrating on some Matchbox items. First item is this Ford Model T. This is to celebrate 100 years of the Ford Motor Company. So the box is not in the best of shape. You can see quite a few creases there. The car is nice and heavy itself. It looks like it goes way back to 2002. Got some damage over there too. See the crease has gone right through. So I would like to start this one off on 75 Rand. The second item is this yellow fire truck. As you can see, unfortunately it is missing the ladder. Have a closer look here. I'd like to start this one off on 10 Rand. So the next item is this Tesla Model X. See the card is bent up top over there. I'd like to start this one off on 15 Rand. Next item is this Corvette C8. Fortunately, it's a bit difficult to see with the white writing on orange background. The car itself is pretty nice. Good thing about Matchbox is they don't worry too much about details on the side of the car, so they do concentrate quite a bit on the front and the back end of the car. And that's what I do like about Matchbox. On the whole, I do prefer Matchbox to the Hot Wheels, but Hot Wheels has got such a bigger selection. So I'd like to start this one off on 20 Rand. So the next item is this VOLVO V60. With the VOLVO badge in front. So I'd like to start him off on 10 Rand. The next item would be this Polaris slingshot. Polaris slingshot. Funny looking three-wheeled vehicle. Card is in pretty good nick. As I say that, you can see the twist in it. and you can see the crease in it. So I'll take my words back on that. Now I'd like to start this one off on 10 Rand as well. The next item is this 1962 VW Beetle from Matchbox's 70th anniversary collection. The card is not in bad shape. So I'd like to start this one off on 30 Rand. So the next item is this tank. It's pretty heavy, so I'm assuming it is metal base with plastic top. It's called the Blockade Buster. So I'd like to start this one off on 10 Rand as well. Next item is this taxi. Not quite the London taxi. But the London taxis have been replaced by these. You don't really see the traditional old London taxi anymore in London itself, or in the UK itself. So I've been there a couple of times and I've travelled in these sort of taxis a couple of times as well. So I'd like to start this one off on 15 Rand. But this is one of those items I'm not sure exactly what to do with. It is called a speed trapper. I'm sure they use the construction sites to just get people to slow down. But it's in miles per hour, not kilometers per hour. That's got a hitch over there where you could, put it onto a car with a tow bar or something. So I'm really not sure what to do about this one. So I think we just start him off on 5 Rand and see where he goes from there. Next we have this carded LEXUS LS400. Although it looks quite white over here, the colour is actually almost like a beige sort of colour. Fortunately it's very dark here today. Lots of clouds over, quite a bit of rain. I suspect we're getting a thunderstorm shortly. So this artificial light does sort of play a bit of havoc on the actual colour that you see and what it actually is. The card itself is in pretty good nick. So I'd like to start this one off on 15 Rand. So the next item is the same LEXUS, this time it's unboxed. Let's have a closer look at him. I'd like to start him off on 10 Rand. Next item is another loose one. This is called a service truck, a Matchbox service truck. Got some nice detail on the side. It looks very much like it is in German. And I take it there is the English translation. No moving part. Vent up top. Looks like I've seen a bit of a defect in the paint over there. So I'd like to start this one off on 10 Rand as well. So the next item takes us back to 1997. We've got this very nice Jaguar XJ220. So one of the iconic cars from the 1990s. So I do collect these ones, these particular cars. So I've got a couple of them. You can see it comes with its own box. The card itself is in really good shape. And it's a limited edition of 10,000. It's just sellotape over there. I'd like to start this one off on 60 Rand. Next item is this helicopter. Not sure the make of the helicopter. Maybe Skorsky. Arctic Airlines, Polar Bear on it. And look, because it's play worn, etc. It's in, I think, still a fairly good nick. It still runs nicely as well. It's something over here. Just says transport helicopter. So I'd like to start him off on 10 Rand and see what happens. So the next item is this Mazda MIATA. Okay, got a bit of damage over there. Mazda badge, MIATA at the back. Sorry for the glare, but the lighting is very, very bad at the moment. Of course, I'd normally do this earlier in the day, but without electricity for 36 hours, so my time has really been hammered. So I'd like to start this one off on 15 Rand. Next item is this Porsche 911 Carrera Cabriolet. Very neat. The card itself is in pretty good nick, also from Matchbox 70 years. Nice deep blue. Just get it to show more in front. I like to start this one off on 30 Rand. So next item is this Toyota Prius. card itself isn't in very condition. Ride shares, I take it's actually a taxi. Because of the writing, the livery on the front, it's not going to have much in the line of headlights, tail lights, etc. Which is something Mattel does to try and keep the cars, at roughly $1.25. I'd like to start this one off on 15 Rand. Next item is this Ford 4x4 pickup, still in the original box, all the way from 1981. The box has taken a bit of damage up top there. There's a bit of damage up top over there as well. You see at the back it will have a window. Creases and creases. Because of the condition of this box, I'd like to start him off on 60 Rand. And next is one of these cars from the yesteryear collection. This is the Riley. The scale on them is difficult to pin down. So I believe they come out anywhere from 1 to 40 to 1 to 48 scale. They had a standard box size, so they just made it to fit that standard box size. So it could range anywhere between 1 to 40 and 1 to 48. The car itself is pretty nice, rubber wheels, very heavy, has its metal on metal. It does need a bit of a clean up. As you can see, the rolled off yesterday. Leslie. These ones are difficult to pin down a price on them or anything like that, but I did speak to our local expert on it. So we're going to start this one off on 40 Rand. The next item is this little Renault 11. Look, I'm biased because I do like cars that have been play-worn cars. Just means that someone's enjoyed them in the past as much as I enjoy them. Nice license plate, turbo, it's pretty faded over there. Tends to remind me a bit of the Ford RS 2000s. Way back to 1985, and it's 1 to 56 scale. We'll start him off on 5 Rand and see where he goes. Next item is this MAZDA 3. The box has taken quite a hammering. Plus you've got this big thing on the blister. One of these you probably would want to take out of the box or off the card. And the car itself is pretty cool in this red. Some nice detail at the back. Very nice detail in front. Due to the condition of this, we're starting off on 10 Rand. Next item is this Nissan Sentra. Car's in pretty good condition. Also see for celebration 70 years. So I actually at one stage owned one of these models in real life. Actually a little bit earlier model. Wasn't too impressed with the car. And eventually I traded it in on the Primera, the STI Primera, which for me was the best car I've ever had. I'd like to start this one off on 15 Rand. So next we get onto this Top Gun 5-pack. See, it's got aeroplane, a couple of cars. Don't be fooled by the Maverick up top. This was from the first Top Gun movie. See a bit of damage over there. So it's still pretty stiff, not totally stiff over there, but you know. You got the aeroplane. And it's also got quite a big tear over there. So I think what we do is we start this one off on 50 Rand. Next item is this Matchbox Rally 2. I quite like this one. And down the side we can see what cars. You've got the Budget Bullet, the Toyota Cruiser, International Scout, and this one 510 Rally, and the Geo Predator. I actually thought it was some sort of VW, but I guess not. The box is still in fairly decent condition, not great, but still pretty stiff up top over there. I'd like to start this one off on 75 Rand. Next we go on to this little Fiat 500. So my mother's dream car, this. She just loves them. See it over there. I'd like to start this one off on 20 Rand. Next item is this 1921 Ford Model T. Also nice and heavy. It says all 50 states. I'm not sure if they actually brought out a car for every state. This one in particular is Michigan. Comes with a license plate. So the card is pretty bent over there. The car itself is nice and heavy. We've got quite a lot of detail to it. And I'm sure this would be in celebration of Matchbox's 50th birthday. You can see a year on it over here, 2002, I'm sure. There's some facts about the state. Some of the other ones in the collection. Yeah, 2001, so more than likely came out 2002. This one was also difficult to pin a price on it. Settle on 60, I think we're starting off on 60 Rand. The next item is this very neat looking Subaru SVX. Again, the light in there has played a bit of a role in the colour of it. It's actually quite a nice red. Looks like it's speckled flame red. Do I see Rua Solida's name over there? I thought he only did Hot Wheels. I'm really surprised to see that he's doing Matchbox as well. Like I say, he was one of the top designers with Hot Wheels for many years, died very young. So literally anything with his name on has got quite a bit of collection value nowadays. But we'll start this one off on 20 Rand. This is one of those items I had no idea what to do with it. Look, it is damaged, but on the same hand, it is a Lesney. I know there are people out there that like to get them in this condition and sort of fix them up. So if you've got any fixer-uppers over here, there's a nice one for you to do. And the cattle truck. I'd like to start him off on 10 Rand and see what happens. The next item is this CHRYSLER. So I probably pulled apart 5-pack to get a car out of it that I wanted. This is the CHRYSLER 300. We'll start him off on 10 Rand. The next item is this cheap Renegade. I like the front of that. I am a fan of the Jeep cars. I really do enjoy the Jeep Gladiator. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I like it. I will start this one off on 20 Rand. The next item is the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Almost shows orange, but it's actually quite a nice, also like speckled flame paint, maybe more like a red than an actual orange. The card itself, and it's got some dings to it. So I'd like to start him off on 15 Rand. Next car is this 1949 KURTIS sports car. There was something important about this car, not the Matchbox car, but the car itself, but I cannot remember what it was. It was a first with it, something that later became normal in most cars. So the card is in pretty decent shape itself. Also a celebration of 70 years, so this would have been in 2022. So I'd like to start him on 15 Rand as well. The next item is again one of these construction vehicles, Matchbox construction vehicles, or road maintenance in this case. This is the PLOW Master 6000. Nice big plow. Again, year 2022. See over there. Turn up a bit over there. So we're also starting off on 15. Next item is this RENAULT KANGOO. Obviously some sort of garden service or anyway, it's an agricultural vehicle. I like to start him off on 10 rand as well. Next item is another Cadillac. This time it is the BLACKWING. It is one that I collect as well. One of the Cadillacs I do collect. You can't get into focus very nicely. We'll start him off on 10 rand. Next item will be this London bus, double decker. Some nice detail on it. See the seats inside. The box is not too bad. You can see it's MATCHBOX's 50th anniversary, so it's all the way back to 2002. I'd like to start this one off on 40 rand. So now we have another Polaris. I'm not sure exactly what these Polarises are about. I know that they are licensed vehicles. 20 years. Is it meant to be for like desert driving or? And just the name Polaris makes me think maybe they sent it to the moon or something, I get, but I don't think so. It's turned up a bit over there. I'd like to start him off on 10 rand. Next item again is one of these. I wasn't sure what I should do with it. If I should just throw it away or do it, but there again, it is a Lesney. And people do like to take them and redo them, you know, fix them up, clean them up, restore them, put new wheels on, etc. So anybody out there that does this, nice little project for you. I think it actually had tracks as opposed to tires. And we'll start him off on 10 rand and see where he goes. And the last item we'll be looking at is this Thomas FLYOVER. Again, the scale's difficult. I think it's 1:43, but I've seen them advertised as 1:48 as well. Obviously play worn. I know it's been standing along with the other yesteryear one on a shelf for many years. The car itself is very nice, very good condition. I think most of it is still there. I don't think there's anything missing. So far from it being a bit dirty. (1909) Thomas Flyboat. Courtesy of Rob. Okay. That's interesting. I know the casino in Vegas, I've been there a couple of times. We'll let this one go for 30 Rand.